I hope that doesn't ruin the effect. It shouldn't. I think it should be fine. I say that, but I have actually no idea if that will really be helpful or not. Yay! Trying to do a proper video and failing at it before I even started. I'm great at that. Hello everybody, my name is Toongal90 and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm actually just going to be going over C2E2 of this year. Yes, it was 2 weeks ago. Yes, I know I'm late kind of talking about it, but honestly, if you expect anything different from me, why? If you know me, I plan for things, or I try to plan for things, and half the time they don't really work, but I'm trying to get better at it. It's new year, new me, I say as it's now April. Don't read too far into that. Oh no. Oh, it's so bad. But anyway, I'm talking about C2E2. I'm talking about this year's C2E2. I'm talking about how excited I was to go to this year's C2E2. The interesting thing about this year is the fact that I wasn't actually going to be going to the convention this year. I was trying to plan a vacation with my family, and I was focusing all my money and basically all my efforts to going on this vacation. So C2E2 wasn't really on the forefront of my mind when I was planning for this year. And that changed in December. I think it's December when they announced the guest list. And I saw that Rob Paulson and Christopher Sabat were going to be on the guest list. And my immediate plans went from, I'm not going to go to C2E2 to, I think I'm going to have to go to C2E2. So that shifted in my plans. And now my new plan was I was going to go, but I was only going to go for the autographs. I wasn't going to cosplay, I was going to work on a new cosplay, I was just going to chillax, have fun, just worry about getting the autographs, and just peruse everything else when I had time. That was my main focus. And then my friend, who I went with, said, hey, remember how we wanted to do that Animal Crossing New Leaf cosplay? Well, I have some... Oh, that is a military-grade helicopter. Why is there a military-grade helicopter flying over my apartment? It's a brand new day for everyone, I guess. So I was into cosplay, and then my friend, Maddie, who I went with, I go with her every year to C2E2, mainly for the fact of I bum off of her and sleep at her apartment. She's a wonderful friend. Please don't leave me. But she texted me and said, hey, remember how you were going to be doing that Animal Crossing New Leaf cosplay, and we were thinking about it, we were talking about it for a while? Well, I have some coworkers that might be interested in doing cosplay as well for 2 other characters from the same game. Do you want to make a cosplay for this? And I, like an idiot, said yes. So, now I'm not only going just to get autographs, I'm now going with a new cosplay that I have to work on, and an old one that I have everything for, but it's just like, I wasn't even a cosplay to begin with, so now I have 2 that I'm going to be doing, and I'm like, shit. And then the hype increased even more when I found out that James Arnold Taylor was going to be there as another voice acting guest, and I was so happy when I heard that. I was over the moon. It's a good day for me. It's a fantastic day for me. So when it comes to conventioning, there is one staple of cosplaying that I always do with my friend, and that is the Skelebros from Undertale, Sans and Pyrus. I cosplay as Sans, and she cosplays as Pyrus. Why did I forget that name for a second? Whoops! Anyway, we always cosplay them every year, and this year was even better because we did like synchronized makeup, I guess is like the best way to describe it, because normally I wear just like those over-the-loop ear face masks and I draw on Sans' smile on it, and it kind of works, but not a lot of people get it because it looks kind of awkward, which is fair because it's a very like thinly drawn smile, so not a lot of people are like, oh, it's Sans and Pyrus. Normally when people see us and they recognize us, it's because Maddie has the Pyrus jacket and people instantly spot that. So people are like, oh, it's Sans and Pyrus when they see us together. If I were just by myself, I don't think anyone would actually know who I was. So yeah, but this year it was different to a certain extent. We did makeup, and actually I should probably refer to that. Maddie did makeup. She's like, hey, I have this idea, let's try this. So we know we both did it. We did dark circles around the eyes, and then she extended like the skeletal smile on our faces. We were going to use white makeup to like make ourselves look paler, but we couldn't find it. You know, it happens, but still worked, still flawless, still fantastic. I love the way she did for both of us because, especially around the eyes, because mine, since I'm Sans, I'm the smiling trash bag, they were just messed up, they were just everywhere. They were an absolute mess, but that was so perfect. And for Maddie, since she's with Pyrus, she's like the more put together warrior, so she has like flawless makeup on. I'm like, so perfect. We had so many people ask us for photographs. It was awesome. One of my favorite things about cosplaying is just people going up, can I have a picture of you? Yes. Yes, dear stranger who I've never known before and will probably never meet again. Yes, you can have a picture of me. More than happy. More than thrilled to have that happen. Second day, I just wore my Jester's hat. I also wore my self-made logo shirt. I always wear that whenever I get photographs, or selfies I guess you will, with voice actors just because I like to. There's even a woman who works at C2E2, she's a volunteer and she helps with the voice acting people. I didn't see her this year, but last year she recognized me because I wore the hat. And the first time I saw her, which was like in 2016 I think, she made the comment of like, oh, I love your hat. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks to Jingles. And I just shook my head like crazy. So in 2017, she sees me again, she's like, you're the Jester Hat lady. I'm like, yes. Yes, I am. So that was very fun. I didn't see her this year, I think mainly because she's along the booths or along the back side of the wall, and I'm really stuck to the ones on the side, but I'll get to that in a second. So Saturday was just kind of my easy day. It normally always is. And then the third day, we did our Animal Crossing cosplay outfit. That was a mouthful. Probably could have been worded better, but we're gonna just go with it. So we did Animal Crossing. Not a lot of people recognized us, which is still very fine. Which is fine. We got one picture near the end when we were leaving. So that was still very enjoyable. I still liked it because it was the first time I ever made props for a cosplay. I mean, like I said, I did the Sans loop mask thing with a smile. That's like the most I'd ever done. So I actually made little bell bags. I made those. Aren't those cute? And I also made... Where's my shovel? Oh, there's my shovel. I lost my shovel. I made a shovel. I don't know if I can really fit it in screen. There you go. See, look at that. It's nice and neat. And the fun thing is, it comes apart. So it was easy to put into my bag. The only problem is that the spade is like not really on very well. The handle stays on with friction. Friction alone is making this sucker stay. The spade, it just slips right off if you're not too careful with it. I'm gonna have to like modify it to where I have like magnets or something. I thought magnets, didn't think it was gonna work. I was gonna try Velcro. That wasn't gonna work. So now I'm back to magnets somehow, some way. I'll figure it out, but I was really excited about this. This was the first time I'd ever made something, period, but I used foam, EVA foam, and a pipe, PVC pipe. It was also the first time I ever painted these things. So it was my first time using Flex Seal and spray paint. This was an interesting experience. I will probably either like rework this, make this a little bit better, or I might just redo it again. But this was awesome. I love this shovel. I can't tell you how proud I am of myself that I made this shovel. I made this. I'm still not over it. And I see this every day because it's laying around my apartment. I actually need to put this away now once this video's done. Yay. So this year when it came to voice acting, there were 3 people I wanted to see. I kind of already made mention of them, but the list began. It was Rob Paulson, Christopher Sabat, and James Arnold Taylor. James Taylor, wait, fuck. I always get his name mixed up. James Arnold Taylor. What did I say before? I probably screwed it up. I probably did. I'm so sorry. Just know his first name's James, and he sounds incredibly like Ratchet. Like, I feared he had actually eaten the Lombax and was like, I'm just gonna absorb his voice. It's mine now. It was the weirdest experience ever when I first heard him actually just talk for the first time. So I was gonna see those 3, and there were little hiccups, because I only got to see one of them. The first issue was with Christopher. I'm saying issue, it's not really an issue, it kind of is, but like whatever. It's not his fault. God, no, it's not his fault. But when I went to go see Christopher Sabat, I guess his line had been capped / full since like the beginning of Friday. So I go on Saturday to get the autographs as I normally do, and I go to the line, it says the line's capped. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I go find someone else to meet, and I go back to like the second time it's planned for a meetup to get his autograph, and the line is still capped. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I go talk to the volunteer, and he's like, yeah, it's been basically capped since Friday, and it's very doubtful you will even get in. I don't know how they were herding people in to actually see this guy. But I'm very thankful that the volunteers were like, go enjoy yourself. If we remove the cap line sign, you have a better chance of getting in. But if you see it up, you're probably not going to see him. I'm thankful for that because I'm still having horror flashbacks to Indie PopCon and having to wait for basically the entire day to just be told I'm not going to meet Markiplier. I'm still salty about that. I will never let that go. That is the black spot on my convention traveling time ever. Ever. Never want to do that again. So I didn't get to meet Christopher Sabat, but at the same time, I'm kind of upset, but at the same time, I'm also glad that I didn't waste my time waiting in line to hopefully see someone that I was probably not going to see. Plus, since it is Christopher Sabat, I'm probably going to see him again at some other convention. I hope. You never really know. Life's kind of sticky like that. Sticky. We're gonna go with it. It's interesting like that. So I'll just see if I will ever actually get to meet him. I hope so, but we'll just have to look. The other problem was James. He was added kind of late to the list, but I was super excited. And then a few days before C2E2 was gonna start, he made an announcement on Twitter saying he was gonna have to duck out of going to C2E2 because he was sick. Now, while this upsets me, I am very glad that he recognized and knew he had to not go, because I'd rather him get better than to be basically miserable, possibly dying, maybe not that extreme, but feel like he was dying just to meet fans. Plus, I'm hoping that since he couldn't come this year, he'll still try and come next year. And if that's the case, I will see him next year. Yay! So the person I did get to meet was Rob Paulson, who he is a very well-known voice actor. Animaniacs, Yakko, he's the older brother. Pinky and the Brain, he's Pinky. Original TMNT, he's Raphael. 2012 TMNT, he's Donatello. I like the fact to say he's well-known, and yet those are the only 4 people I can think of without actually spoiling who I had him sign for. Shit. But I actually got to meet Rob Paulson. Now, before I continue, I kind of have to explain what I do when I get autographs. This started back in 2016. What I do is I have a sketchbook, I'm going to show it to you in a second, where I actually draw out the character of the voice actor I'm going to have them sign for that page. I had this in 2016. I didn't have that idea until after a convention where I had a bunch of people sign it already, because they're filling it out. I'm kind of going, oh, this is cool, and then I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's a sketchbook! Why did I draw out the character that they're voicing? I'm an idiot. You get used to it. So that's been my staple for the entire thing. Whenever I go to a convention to get an autograph, I draw that character. If anyone knows who this character is, I congratulate you, because not a lot of people know of this character and know, more importantly, of the game he's from. I'm even going to keep this as ambiguous as possible, just so I don't give it away. But if you find out who this is, I highly recommend playing like a Let's Play of the game he's from. Watch 3. There's 3 games you have to watch. If you find something called The Guardians of Gross, don't watch that Let's Play. It's not a good game. It sucks. It's based off of the show that Nickelodeon tried to make off of this game that sucked. Don't watch the show. Don't watch the Guardian of Gross Let's Play. Don't do it. Stick with the original ones. Anyway, I showed this to Rob, and I'm still giddy about this. This makes me chuckle every single time. I showed this to Rob, and he kind of like paused and he went, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "Oh, it's that character from the game," and he rattled off the game and he rattled off the name. He's like, "Oh, I remember that," and he kind of did the voice. He didn't nail it, but like I don't blame him, because I don't know how many years it's been since he's done this. I think I calculated it out to like, I think the last time he voiced this character was at least in 2012, I think, and I was young. Not 2012, 2002. What am I saying 2012? Shut up, mate. 2002 is what I mean. The last time he recorded a voice for this guy was 2002. And that was 12 years ago. So the fact he couldn't get it like right on the head for the voice, I don't blame him at all, because like I said, he hasn't voiced this guy for a while. But he remembered him and he named the name of the game, and to make it even better, he looked at me and he said, "You are the first person who's ever had me autograph something from this game." And I about died when he said that. I was so happy. So Rob, if you ever see this, I highly doubt you will, but if you ever see this, thank you. This was amazing. It's the greatest 5 minutes of my life ever. So yay, I was so happy. And seriously, look for this game that he's from. I still don't want to give it away because I want you guys to work for this. It's a good game. I feel like I'm kind of missing the point of this entire thing. Oh well, look up the game. It's good. Here's just like take a screenshot. Google image search it, please. It's a good game. It's such a good game. It's such a good game. And then they made a shitty show off of it, and the show got bigger reputation because of how crappy it was. Nickelodeon Studios, hire me. I will make that show amazing. I will make it amazing because I know how it's supposed to go. So, I don't know what that was. So every year, not only do I get autographs from voice actors, I also get like a giant haul of just stuff I buy. I tell myself every year, I'm not gonna buy that much. If I see something, I'll think about it, but like I'm not going to really pressure myself to buy anything. That failed spectacularly, especially for this year. I'm gonna end off with the biggest thing I found last, but I'm gonna kind of go through these things. So since I couldn't meet the real All Might, if you will, I got his plushie. Look at this guy, he's so cute. This is made by Nite Owl Workshop. I'll put a link below in the description. I'll be flashing up their business card right now. They make amazing plushies. They have a crap ton. I think there was even Aizawa and Present Mike there too. So if you want plushies of those characters, they have them. And I think the owner even said that she's going to be making a skeletal version. She'll be making Toshinori. So I'll be looking out for that because I want that one too. I just want them all. He's so soft. He's like the softest ever. And I also have some posters. I can't remember if I actually took. I don't have any more business cards. And I can't remember if I took a picture of the proper table, so I'm going to be trying to find information for these artists too because their stuff's good. So again, a lot of it's My Hero Academia stuff, but whatever. I think you care. You just don't want to see this shit. Get up there. So first off, I don't know where to hang this, but I'm going to put it up somewhere. It has to be somewhere important and it has to stand proud, because I want to go to UA. I don't actually. I honestly, I don't ever want to be a superhero because I would be the worst. I'd probably see danger and go, no, and then run the other way. I'm not hero worthy. Nope, that's just not me. But also done by the same artist who did that one, I got other posters of the boys of Class 1A. Oh, they're so happy. And I also have, oh, that's upside down. The girls of Class 1A. Now I'm not super happy that they're in the cheerleading outfit, but at the same time I don't care because this is absolutely adorable. But yay, I'm so happy I got those. I also got a Dipper pin. My friend Maddie got a Mabel one because we love Gravity Falls, and in fact I'm going to be hopefully doing a cosplay of not Dipper but of Bill Cipher sometime in the future. We found these pins at like, the best way I can describe them is like the tourist trap version of conventions. They're just stands near the front of the convention hall, or the front section, but they're off in the corner. That they just have a hodgepodge, just a giant collection of random stuff. You can go to any stall and just find like action figures, apparel, pins, plushies, toys, anything and everything. I call it a tourist trap because you can go in and you can find like 1,000 different things of every fandom you're from, and it's like, Jesus, how many things do these guys have? But we bought pins. So the last thing that I got, which you kind of saw it kind of creeping out in the corner of the screen here, this has a bit of a story with it, I should say. I'm actually even wearing the shirt of the character, so whatever. Spoilers, I guess. I came into the Ratchet & Clank fandom in 2016 when the reboot came out. And before that, I had never heard of this duo. Mainly for the fact that I was not a PlayStation person child. I was a Nintendo person child. Still kind of am, but I've like branched out, obviously, and I found other like all the platforms. They all have their highs and lows. I'm just not a big gun person, as ironic as that is for me to say right now. I'm not a big gun person, so anything with games, any games that had guns, and then when I was a child, I didn't play because I'm like, why do I want to play with guns? I don't want to do that. So I came to the fandom when I was in 2016 when the reboot came out, and even just seeing that, I saw the trailer for the movie, and I actually went, who would watch this? This looks dumb. What even is this? I honestly would just tear it apart. I'm like, this looks ridiculous. So there was a movie coming out, there was a game, and I'm like, whatever, like I don't care. And then I saw Chaotic Monkey do a Let's Play of it. And as soon as the first episode hit of that Let's Play, I was in love. To kind of go into the depths of how much my depravity and insanity is for this fandom, I saw the movie 3 times in theaters. Yes, I know it was not good, but I don't care. I loved it, and I loved it. I have both a physical and digital copy of the movie. I have this shirt. I bought a PS4 exclusively for the fact that I could play Ratchet & Clank on it. I am trying to save up enough money to buy a PS3 just so I can play all the Ratchet & Clank Future series, because those are my favorite series from the original series section. We'll go with section. I just love this fandom so much, and I love how I love all the stories. I love the stories. I love the characters. I love Ratchet's character change. He's a dick to begin with, and I hate his personality when he first starts out, but he changes, and I love that. Even though he's a dick, I love the fact he was a dick because you get to see this huge transformation of his personality. It's amazing, and I love it so much. Feels all these great characters, and I love the art, and it's just So I've been in this fandom for a while. For a while, I mean about almost 3 years. So not a huge amount of time, but still enough where I'm kind of like, I'm one of you. I'm one of you. Let's go hang out. Let's go get Starbucks. Unless you don't like Starbucks, which is fine. You can just go get coffee somewhere else. Unless you don't like coffee, which tea. Anyway, I had a point to this. So I've been in this fandom for about 3 years, and every single convention I go to, I try to find something Ratchet & Clank related. I did find a print last year. I was shocked. My friend Maddie, again, we had separated, I think it was on a Sunday, we separated, and I had done autographs, and she was doing cosplay stuff, and we met up, and she's like, you'll never guess what I found. I found a print for Ratchet & Clank, and I basically denied her every single turn because I'm like, there's no way in hell you found anything like that, because I've been searching for a while, and I'm like, no, there's no way. We can go to the table and there's Ratchet & Clank, and I'm like, done, sold, I'm totally buying it. So that was fun. But this year I wasn't really expecting to see anything, because even though the reboot was great, the game was amazing. It got wonderful reception, even though a lot of people were like, this isn't what we wanted. We wanted Into the Nexus, the sequel to Into the Nexus, or the story that came after that. It was still really well received. And in fact, I keep reading an article. I read one yesterday, and I found the same one today, where apparently they're still gonna make another Ratchet & Clank game for the PS4. Now it's the whole argument of, is it gonna be a continuation of what happened after Into the Nexus, or is it going to be a continuation of the reboot? I'm kind of leaning towards reboot, because I don't think Insomniac would go take a step back when they're trying to move forward. I'm not saying making an Into the Nexus sequel after story would be bad, but I think that's a whole other can of worms I can talk about in another video. Anyway, not the point of this. So, to kind of build up what this is all building up to, that was a sentence. When Maddie and I went to C2E2 this year, we were both basically running on empty / running on fumes. We were exhausted. So we get to the convention, even on Friday, we're near like 4 o'clock, and we're just like, ugh, I'm so tired. We were having a good time, and we're walking along the stands, or the stalls, booths, whatever you want to say. The ones that I called like the tourist trap of conventions. They just have a hodgepodge of everything. And we're nearing this stand that sells books. And I look up, and I see this. It's a Ratchet & Clank art book. It goes into, or actually says the art of Ratchet & Clank. It goes into like the rough drafts and the first drawings and everything of Ratchet & Clank, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and I got it for $42. But I look up and I see this. Now here's the thing, I'm so exhausted. I don't see the title. I don't even really see the characters. I just see Clank's eyes, because they're just like that bright, vivid green. And just seeing his eyes, I was like, I instantly knew what that was. And I'm so exhausted. I don't even say, hey, look, there's Ratchet and Clank. I'm pretty sure I went, ha! And ran straight to the booth that had this book. And I am so excited that I can't really reach for it because it's on this shelf. It was hanging up on it was on a shelf that was over like some tables. So it was really awkward. I was like, can I grab it? It's kind of oddly placed. So I'm like, I need this book. And Maya's like, go ask the vendor, but you can just grab it. I'll keep an eye on it just in case. So I talked to the vendor. I'm like, Ratchet and Clank, can I just grab it? And he's like, yeah. Oh, and good luck because, and he's like, oh, you know, lucky for you, it's the last one I have. I got this for $42. I don't care if it was cheaper on Amazon. I don't give a flying fuck. I got this book. I can't tell you how excited I am. I need more Ratchet and Clank fandom stuff in my life. I really do. I love this franchise. I love the fans. I want more. So for me, this was a tremendous find. I was so happy I found this, even though I'm pretty sure I scared a lot of people with my excited cry of glee as I raced towards the booth. But it doesn't matter because I got this and it's mine. It's mine. It's all mine. I love it. So that is all I have to say about C2E2. I think this year was very successful for obvious reasons. I was a little upset in some areas, but at the same time, I'm not totally crushed where I'm like, oh, it was the worst thing ever. No, not even close. This year was amazing. Between the panels, the guests, the cosplay, God, there were so many awesome cosplays. I didn't take pictures because I'm an idiot. I don't do that. Plus, I feel awkward just running up to people going, hi, can I have a picture of you? Which is weird considering the fact I just even said I love it when people run up to me and saying, can I have a picture of you? But if that's not stupid, I don't know what is. But regardless, I like this year. This year was fun, and I'm gonna probably be going next year. I don't think there's ever gonna be a year of C2E2 that I'm not gonna be going to, unless I move out of state, and going becomes a bit of a detriment to my bank account than anything else. But as it stands, I'll be going next year. So thank you all so much for watching. My name is Tingon90, and I hope to see you in the next video, whatever it is. Stay animated, my friends, and I hope you have a good one. And before anyone asks the reason why I didn't wear my hat is because it's actually very humid right now and I'm really warm in my apartment, or at least in my studio. I have both windows closed and my door closed, so it's kind of muggy in here. And this hat's hot. You wear it and it gets very uncomfortable and very warm. So sorry, I didn't want to wear it. Actually, what is this? I swear to God, this thing's made out of like wool. What is this thing even made out of? Let's look. It says cotton. There's no way in hell this is cotton. This is so warm. And it doesn't feel like cotton. It feels like weird velvet. This isn't cotton. Still love it. I just didn't want to wear it because it's really hot. Anyway.